Hey Sagittarius, what is going on? My name is Matthew Oliver, and this is your general reading for the month of March. So, I'm not going to lie, Sagittarius, there are a lot of astrological transits that are taking place this month that are directly going to affect you. This isn't a bad thing, and you start off the month in a really good position with Venus and Jupiter in Aries, a fellow fire sign. So you've probably already been feeling this already in the month of February, things going well, things being easy, things being expansive, which is phenomenal and well-deserved, especially after that South Node transit in Sagittarius that we had between March 5th of 2020 and January of 2022. Now, I want to give you a bit of a heads up. I've been doing this with every zodiac sign because March is arguably one of the most energetically intense months of 2023. We do have Mercury entering Pisces on the 2nd of March and Saturn entering Pisces on March 7th. Pisces makes a square base aspect to Sagittarius. So that emotional grounding, emotional regulation, mastery of dreams, being able to connect with others. And I was even telling this to Virgos during their video that sometimes it's like emotional upheaval or having to deal with a lot of intense emotions at once aren't even your emotions, but they're of the emotions of people around you, and thus you might need to intervene or be involved, or you're just connected to that, which is maybe something you don't naturally want to do, or that doesn't come as easily for you. But that Saturn transit is going to be there for a couple years. So that's going to allow you time to enact more boundaries, more structure, greater discipline to help with that emotional regulation, potentially for you to tap into your emotions at a greater level than you ever have. If you've been avoiding the work, like the emotional work, the healing, the trauma, this is going to come up full force. And again, all these transits are always here to serve your highest good. These are not meant to scare you. A lot of times, like Saturn transits especially get a bad rap, especially if you are a Sagittarius that has their natal Saturn in Pisces. And of course, you'll be going through your Saturn return. I also will be offering more content, more services, more workshops about these major astrological transits. So it's not meant to scare you. It's just saying that as we progress through the month, there's likely to be activations, Sagittarius, specifically around your emotions, around your relationships, around your dreams as well. And specifically, I always like to link Pisces, given it's the last sign of the zodiac, around healing, of what needs to be shifted or altered or released to allow the next level, the next chapter to begin. So just keep your eyes and heart opened for that. Another nice blessing to look forward to, though, Sagittarius, is on the 19th of March, Mercury enters Aries, and then the 20th of March, the Sun enters Aries. So again, with Mercury, that can be how we express ourselves. Also in relation to business and commerce, there could be really nice deals coming through, nice opportunities coming through. If you are a Sag rising, then Aries rules your 5th house, which is pleasure, romance, creativity. So if you are like an artist, or if you're wanting to call in more love, if you're a Sag rising, that Aries activation throughout this month is going to be very, very strong. And like I said, with all of this Piscean activation with Mercury and Saturn, it just can be emotional boundaries as well as what you're tolerating and what you're not. There might be past relationships or current relationships that feel like are very emotionally taxing, and you're going to know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And a lot of times too, if we don't do this out of discomfort, or it doesn't want, like, it's not convenient to deal with those conversations, these transits will put them up right in our face where we can't run, we can't avoid them anymore. So either way, it's going to serve you. If you've been avoiding them, it's kind of like, here it is to deal with it once and for all. And if you already have been working on these things, this transit will be a lot smoother for you to work through to get a better resolve, to get a better answer in a shorter period of time. All right. But overall, the Aries energy will serve you very well. And then we also have Pluto moving into Aquarius at the end of March as well. So with that Pluto activation, it's going to be there for a few months because it'll retrograde back into Capricorn on June 11th. So just know between March 23rd and June 11th, Pluto will be in Aquarius, which makes a sextile to your Sagittarius placement. So there can be this energy of power, truth, control, themes of death and rebirth, but in a way that's going to serve you to make you more powerful. So as long as you don't skip out, Sagittarius, on the emotional work, on the relationships, on the healing, you're going to be fine. What I would strongly recommend to all mutable placements is that you hire a coach, a mentor, a guru, a therapist to help you with these emotions, even if it's just something like once a month, to release and to let go and to have someone hold space for you. A lot of times they'll talk to people, especially let's say if they're like in their 50s and 60s, when they're going through something emotionally intense, I'll ask them, it's like, do you have someone who can hold space for you? And they just say they're friends. It's not the same. And sometimes your friends can't give you the harsh truth or the answers. And I feel like Sagittarius is very candid and very honest. And sometimes they appreciate that back. And sometimes we need to put ourselves in spaces to have that where it isn't a loved one that is afraid to hurt our feelings. Like you just need that professional support, or even something like Reiki, or having extended breath work, or yoga, like whatever that is, making that a priority this month so we can get a nice structure and routine going down. Or it might even just cross your path where an investment into a course or study or healer is very obvious and right there for you, that you can easily hop on board or just swipe the credit card and you're good to go. So be open to that. All right, good. Also, I just immediately saw the energy of a snake, which is good in terms of like Kundalini, passion, activation, but also like shedding, releasing. And I think that's going to be very prominent this month, Sagittarius, as you are going into higher realms, what needs to be released or what needs to be further identified, or you can go forward and intensify relationships or go further into things that bring you pleasure. But also, like what I'm seeing is kind of like the Ouroboros, where it's like the snakes eating each other and there's like this energy of death and rebirth, but it's also like I'm moving into greater realms of pleasure and purpose, but in order to get to those realms, certain things need to be released. And it's like you may want to get to the next level, but it's like, okay, to get there you have to release this, and once you release this, and of course something's going to come forward. So just keep that in your periphery. These will come through. And I'm also seeing like in certain like shots in TVs and movies where it's a cafeteria, it's like a rotating pastry, it's like all these different cakes and cookies and whatever it is. Like I think there's gonna be like rotating temptations where it's just like either like easy sex or instant gratification, or things that are just like spinning and spiraling right in front of you. It's like, is that really what you want? Or is there something that's more aligned? Or do you just have to be still and be with you right now? But just be aware of these temptations. Even sometimes like the universe testing you, it's like, you actually ready for this higher level? And what's coming through Sagittarius is like love, like this divine love, this divine opportunity to connect at a higher level. But I do think there needs to be some either restraint or truth to what it is you're doing that's either self-sabotaged you in the past, or things that just need a little bit of time to cook. It's like, if we're using the cafeteria analogy, it's like lunch is about to be served, but you have these desserts right here. If you're like, well, no, I need to go back to work, like I don't want to wait until lunch, like I can just easily grab a donut and I'll be satisfied. It's like, will you? Or is your stomach going to hurt? Now you're not productive at work and you could have just waited an extra 10 minutes, 10 minutes being whatever definitive time in our 3D realm, to actually have a full, substantial energy, relationship, opportunity cross your path. The first three cards that I pulled, Sagittarius, we have the Nine of Wands with the Death card and the Hermit. So I feel the Death card, of course, is very aligned with the energy of the snake that I was seeing before, of just release, death, and rebirth. But it's also knowing like everything that you've gone through, Sagittarius, to get you here, to getting to this feeling of being reborn, to have purpose. And not forgetting kind of like, if you see the figure on the Nine of Wands, you can see that like tourniquet, the bandage over their head, them still looking over their shoulder. They're like, I put up these walls, or I've made these boundaries. What if? It's like, no, you've learned these lessons, Sagittarius. You've gone to war, either literally or hypothetically. You don't have to worry about people breaking through. You can be open. I think that's going to be a beautiful lesson with all of these Pisces activations this month, to maybe let your heart open, allowing yourself to further grow and evolve. And we just said, Sagittarius, that having an emotional either healer or support system, or someone to help you mentally or spiritually, is going to be very important this month, two major arcanas, death also linked to Scorpio energy, hermit linked to Virgo energy. So there might be a Scorpio or a Virgo or people that emulate Scorpio or Virgo energy that are here to help you. And so be open to that. And also with that 9 of Wands, it goes like, this door needs to be shut, or this needs to be said no to, so that I can prioritize the healing. I can prioritize myself. All right. So that could easily be like, oh, do you want to go to this party? And you're like, no, I need to get a good night's sleep because I have therapy first thing in the morning. I'm not going to just go out for one drink. It doesn't make any sense. I need to prioritize myself and the commitments that I've made to myself first and foremost. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. That actually hasn't happened in a long time, and I'm filming Sagittarius last, so I'm just going to honor that message. I'm going to pick up the cards that are face up. I feel like that's very aligned, as those are the ones that want to be seen. But oftentimes, for those that read tarot, or probably just intuitively know when a whole bunch of cards just fall out, it's kind of like a lot's about to break through, and like a lot of these cards want to be seen and are excited. All right, so we have 9 of Pentacles with the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. It's like, I just feel, Sagittarius, there's going to be so much excitement, so much success, so much pomp and circumstance for you. Like, you're about to be seen, you're about to reach this next level. And don't, like, this kind of goes in accordance with the 9 of Wands, but don't be afraid or don't fear like the haters or getting canceled, or what if it doesn't work, or do I need to prepare or do more things? Like, you just have to prioritize yourself. You have to block out what is no longer aligned. And I know I'm kind of going back to this again and again, but that emotional work, that emotional healing, that's the ticket here. Everything else is working on your favor. Like, these are these two cards in tandem: imminent success, wealth, purpose, promotion, career expansion. Like, it's all coming. However, if we're still battling inner demons, if we still think that we're not good enough, it doesn't matter how much money, it doesn't matter what job we're at, there's still going to be this fear or potentially looking over our shoulder of, we're not good enough. What if this isn't received well? And then even if you do get the money or the job or the love, whatever it is, there might be an energy of it needs to be lost so you can learn another lesson, and then you're finally worthy of it. It's like, if you suffer, then you can have it. And that's where that support, the accountability to help you emotionally regulate all this stuff, where it doesn't have to be as turbulent, where you can just go from like promotion to promotion, opportunity to opportunity, amazing romantic getaway to another amazing romantic getaway. It's all literally in the cards. You just need to prioritize yourself, and everything else will flow in. All right. So, Sagittarius, that is the general reading for the month of March. If you'd like to go into these themes more with a one-on-one reading, you can book directly on my website. If this reading resonated, please feel free to share with a fellow Sagittarius that could also benefit from the reading. And let me know in the comments what resonated, what synchronicities, what things came through maybe mid to end of month as all these blessings befall you. And as I said, I'm going to offer more services, content, workshops to chronicle and to help outline some of these major significant astrological transits. So stay tuned for that. My current offerings can be found in the description of this video. And I'm wishing you an amazing, expansive, magical months ahead, Sagittarius. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.